I am Cal Covey Smith, the author of The Method Mission, Time Warp Tales, and Zane and Vatani. I'm also the creator of my TikTok channel, so I'm here to promote my latest book, Gaming Style, A New Way to Teach. So, the idea behind this book is really addressing how teaching has become more frustrating than fulfilling, in today's society because teachers are quitting. Most people don't even want to go into teaching, number one. And that's largely because, the kids today are, just let's face it, they're not angels, they're pretty bad. And a lot of that stems from really just being plain bored in the classroom. Um, Old school teachers really not knowing technology or gaming like that. And because of that, kids are going to act up. They're going to, be bad and deliberately not do any of the work in the classrooms. So this is why I wrote Gaming Style, A New Way to Teach, because it actually, gives the fundamentals of, using gaming as part of your teaching. So this goes from using Kahoot, Blooket, Survivor Style, my personal favorite, Family Feud, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, and really using the power of technology to your advantage. And yeah, so when you're in the classroom, I'll give you a little excerpt here. So, Kahoot style. Kahoot is a trivia design learning platform that allows teachers to create quizzes based on their subject and the section that are currently going over to students. Here are the steps. The teacher creates a Kahoot account, makes a number of trivia questions centered on a section, and hosts a game with a pin number. This can be used for the big four subjects: English, math, science, and social studies, which is what I profess in. I am actually a master historian. Kahoot allows customization by allowing teachers to add images and videos to their questions. This is effective for students who are visual learners and adds a more eccentric approach to teaching. Set a time limit for each question. 30 or 45 questions are recommended. This will give students a sense of urgency. And having a time limit, that'll put the students in a situation where, okay, I got to think fast to get the answer, to get the highest score. Just like when you're playing, an arcade game, you want to have the highest score and you have to beat this certain level before the time runs out. So, and this can be done in singles and teams. Singles, which motivates the students to use critical thinking and exercise their analytical skills to find the answer. For teams, which encourages cooperation, brainstorming, and problem solving between students to find the answer, as well as enhancing social skills for more introverted kids. Teachers themselves can play also and act as a boss battle. So, winning player or winning team gets to face the teacher. If they defeat the teacher, they get a prize at the end of the day. The winning individual or team gets a prize. It could be school supplies, extra credit for the next test, a championship belt, or a non-allergenic treat. So that can work too. For Jeopardy style, which is, if anyone who's ever watched Jeopardy, it's all about trivia and knowledge. Review and assessment, used for quick reviews and in-depth comprehension checks by going over the results of each question. So that means if you're going over a section, for that particular area, you can make trivia questions based on, each step, each component, and test if the students have been paying attention to what you're saying. So Engagement is definitely the key for gaming style teaching. Boost classroom participation and morale by making learning fun, which is something I feel that schools are really missing and underestimating, because school doesn't have to be like a prison like everyone visualizes it to be. So teachers can actually, enjoy themselves as well as the students, and actually build a good teacher-student relationship here, because gaming is something this new generation knows. That's really all they know, playing Fortnite and Roblox and Minecraft. The days of using textbooks, are going extinct. In fact, the fact they're using Chromebooks and laptops and other things to take exams is also a big factor, because computer labs don't even exist anymore. So technology is the way to go. Hey, Dr. King, I like that. Appreciate that. And for Jeopardy style teaching, using a combination of Jeopardy style teaching can make lessons into an engaging and dynamic trivia center game. This style boosts student motivation, collaboration, and content organization by utilizing specific categories to reinforce key facts and critical thinking through interactive team play. And just like the game show itself, teachers can modify an online Jeopardy program with theme categories for any subject from reading to math to classroom rules. So Jeopardy can be a great icebreaker on the first day of school. Kick things off of a bang and instantly win over your students. For the category setup, construct 5 to 6 categories related to the lesson. It could be history events, vocabulary words, match terms, with 5 questions, each that increase in difficulty. Points, 100 for easiest, 500 for hardest. And, team arrangement. Divide students into 4 to 5 teams, mix skills and proper team building. Another option can be boys versus girls, because, they always like that. Battle of the sexes. Who's going to have bragging rights? You want to really, feel that competition, because competition is one of the best ways to learn and be better at something. Clue selection. One team chooses a category and point value. Answer revelation. Showcase the clue, which is actually the answer in Jeopardy style. Alex Trebek. Time-based answer. Teens brainstorm to find the correct answer. Who is Abraham Lincoln? Or what is evaporation, with a 60-second time limit. Collecting points. The team gains points for correct, and for wrong answers, they get negative points, just like Jeopardy. And for Final Jeopardy, end the game with a highly difficult question for all teams to wager points and really test the students' knowledge. And the learning benefits from this: engagements increases, reviews of the lesson become exciting instead of tedious, the energy of the lesson will keep the mind of students at a constant rate, boost retention, repetition is the key in gaming style, and it improves memory. So constant basis, that way students understand routine and they know what to do and know what to expect. And encourages collaboration, once again, teamwork, building unity as a class, because, classroom isn't a bunch of individuals, it's a unit. Students consult with each other to find answers, establishing teamwork and social skills. And it constructs real-world abilities too, motivates problem solving, critical analysis, and quick thinking. And for Wheel of Fortune, and you're probably thinking, how can you use Wheel of Fortune in the classroom? Well, gaming style teaching is here to explain that. The ideal Wheel of Fortune teaching is using a spinning wheel, which you can actually get on Amazon, which I bought one myself. Game format, spinning the wheel, canceling letters, especially for spelling and sentence structure. Solving word puzzles are the three factors to get students engaged in learning vocabulary, spelling, reading, and other concepts. For the type of spinning wheel, you have two options. You could get the physical one or a virtual one from a program on the computer. So utilizing Wheel of Fortune style in teaching, vocabulary and spelling, create puzzles with specific words, phrases, or phonograms. Step 1, student spin. Step 2, guess the letters. And step 3, solve the puzzle. And then have a lightning round. A lightning round where one student answers questions from teammates on a certain topic, science, history, etc., and skill evaluation and evolution. Enhance the students' knowledge of advanced words on geographical locations, cultural awareness, and historical comprehension by spinning for topics and answering questions. And it's a fun icebreaker too. I mean, who doesn't love Wheel of Fortune? I mean, come on. Spin for personal questions like favorite food, superpowers, favorite animal. Just to, kick things off right. All right. Now, next one will be Blooket. So let's find out. Now, essential benefits for Blooket: gameplay and outcomes are unpredictable and increase learner engagement on motivation, memory recall, and concept understanding are improved. Issues immediately for reinforcement and feedback. That way, once the students answer the questions, they see where they got it wrong, what they need to know. And the best part about Blooket is that it really goes heavy into gaming in different modes, because you have Gold Quest, Crypto Hack, and Tower Defense, and racing as well. You can also join in as the teacher as well. Use Blooket for a class review, issue games as homework for solo practice, and make it a reward system. Teachers can construct diverse questions using any of the modes, focus on particular objectives, and scout the performances of students through detailed results for effective learning. And Blooket is a fast-paced kind of gaming. So it can give you quick answers. You can set up any kind of time limit, and you can use it as assignments for classwork and homework as well. Issue games for longer periods, for days or weeks. And for the rewards, make the reward system worthy, such as school supplies, small treats, and once again, a good championship belt, which you can actually get one of the WWE Championship Regular belts, which is what I purchased. And is versatile. Blooket has an abundance of different modes to prevent students from getting fatigued with repetition and cater to individual learning preferences. Data processing: evaluate the performance of students, both as a class and as individuals, by analyzing the data reports after Blooket games and focus on areas that require improvement. So this lets you know where each student stands and who you have to work with once you get the results from that. And the formula for success: know the program and features before using it in the classroom. So get familiar with it, because you don't want to just wing it during the whole time, because the students will pick up on that real quick, and they'll just take advantage and walk right over you. So this is where you're using different methods of using gaming for teaching, and you don't have to just be a one-hit wonder with it. And also with that, you can detect engagement too. So monitor student participation and progress, adjust if necessary, and all the different varieties of modes that you can use for Blooket. Like I said, Crypto Hack, Gold Quest, Racing, Cafe, Fishing Frenzy, and Tower Defense. So you can experiment with it. And now we're getting to the nitty gritty, the more complex gaming style. Survivor, which I'm a huge Survivor fan, by the way, and I actually signed up to be in it. Hopefully I do, but we never know. Survivor style gaming. Using a Survivor style teaching requires a unique way of diving into the gaming aspect of your classroom by following the features of the popular show Survivor to encourage students and fortify positive behavior and teach specific curriculum standards. Setup. Establish tribes. Divide students into small teams or tribes if you want to really get into Survivor like Jeff. In tribute to Survivor to usher in teamwork. The rules and tribal council. Explain the rules of earning and losing points and rewards. This will act as the elimination ceremony and tribal council. Even play the elimination music as well. Use visual aids. A game board or bulletin board are great to keep track of tribe progress, points, and rewards for everyone to see. Create challenges based on levels equal to the age group of the students. So, get challenges that's really appropriate for, elementary, middle, high school, whichever, grade level you teach. That way, it's not too kiddie for them or too complex for them. Always, get suited for that particular level. The academic part. Integrate quizzes, puzzles, and problem-solving challenges based on a specific subject. For example, of a vocabulary challenge can involve assembling scattered letters to form them into vocabulary words, or complex math problems for tribes to solve and win the reward. So if you've ever watched Survivor, puzzles are a key part of the game show. So, let that be a big focus for Survivor gaming. And behavioral challenges. This could be your hidden immunity idols and, your different ways of who gets the main reward from that particular team. So good behavior equals reward. This includes good attendance, teamwork, cleanliness, and class participation. Bad behavior, point reduction, and paperwork. Physical challenges. It would not be Survivor without including physical challenges, because that's actually the biggest part of Survivor. Use a basketball shootout, topic focus relay run, or time-based trivia questions to build teamwork and excitement. And for the reward system, immunity idol type items. Present an immunity idol that a tribe or individual can earn to protect their leading position or extra points towards an upcoming test. Voting system. The way this can work is having each tribe pick a member to represent them. Those individuals complete a solo academic challenge to earn points for their respective tribe. Then the whole class votes which representative gains the physical reward and individual extra credits. Lowest votes 5, second lowest 7.5, highest votes 10. That way you keep it fair and no one's, it's not going to be a popularity contest like, ooh, I don't like her, I don't like him, he's not getting anything. That way you avoid that drama. Winner rewards. The sole survivor or champion tribe, is issued and a final reward. For example, a no homework pass, 20-point extra credit pass to use on a future test, gift cards, or a desirable classroom privilege. And that's Survivor Gaming. And next one is Family Feud, which is more of a, innovative, on hands kind of teaching, which teamwork is definitely the key part in this one. There you go. Promote learning and character, the key factors. Emphasize life skills, advocate social dynamics, group work and competition, critical thinking and problem solving. Good sportsmanship, promote the understanding that losing doesn't always mean failure, because no one likes to lose, but you also want to understand losing means you're learning and you just strive to be better. Accept it with dignity, as well as winning with humbleness. So nobody likes a sore winner. Implement character education. Teach students virtues of determination, perseverance, and supporting each other, as well as tolerance and respect. This gaming style teaching focuses heavily on engagement, teamwork, and reviewing material. Have students guess answers to survey-style questions centered on the curriculum and their respective subject: reading, math, science, and social studies. Teams and setup. Teachers split the class into teams. 2 to 4 is recommended. That way you keep it even. Showcase questions on the board. Name something that happened in the Civil War and award points for answers. A representative from each team faces off to determine who plays the lightning round. Tools for Family Feud style. Use a customizable PowerPoint or Google Slides that reveal answers after a guess. So that way you already know how to set up your board. So PowerPoint and Google Slides is definitely what you want to get familiar with. Go deep into the format by adding strikes for wrong answers, bells/buzzers, and a team time limit by using interactive recall to strengthen learning. And for the gameplay, and I'm kind of move over here a bit because it's kind of getting, sunlight isn't all that good. So this right here is good. So for the face-off, the teacher reads a question: name a major cause of the Great Depression. The student who rings the bell with an accurate answer gets the advantage for their team. Game board play. The playing team, the playing team tries to guess the main survey. 3 incorrect answers or 3 strikes. Points are gained for each revealed question and answer and are tallied at the end of the round. Strikes and swiping points. If the player team gets 3 strikes during the gameplay, the advantage transfers to the other team and is given 1 chance to guess the right answers to swipe the points for that particular question. Programs for gameplay. Use online templates. PowerPoint, Google Slides, Canva are available for teachers. Features that can be added include hyperlinks, artwork, sound effects, and animations to capture an authentic game show aesthetic, and subject question customization. And you can even set it up your classroom like the Family Feud stage too, so that helps. And I love you too. So the educational benefits from this: it enhances memory abilities by pushing students to process information instead of just reading it. That way, it's actually clicking within their brains and they're not just reading it out loud and not sinking it in. Review sessions are competitive, fun, and unforgettable. Teamwork is definitely the biggest factor. Students work together as well as unit to find answers. And questions are directly centered on learning objectives emphasized by the curriculum, thus making reviews extremely relevant and fun. And the final part of gaming style teaching is The Price is Right. Now, for Price is Right gaming style teaching, you want to use the virtual form. Use this for remote students through Zoom or Google Meet. Student center surveys, student survey classmates in short, that's a lot of S's. Okay. Student survey classings and short review sessions before the actual begins. Mini groups, use small boards for mini group answers. Price is Right style. This particular gaming style teaching focuses heavily on math and with a few language arts features such as vocabulary. So yeah, anyone who's ever watched Price is Right is definitely a math game, guessing the price of certain items. So this is for you, math teachers. So pay attention. Implement games inspired by the show like Plinko and Cliffhanger with real items in digital programs. Boosts class participation, instructs practical skills, and emphasizes interactive learning through visual aspects. The key factors: players panel. Students build on the value of a concept, and the closest guess that does not exceed the value wins. Plinko, my personal favorite part of Price is Right. Dropping a coin to land on values. Cliffhanger, use a slider for academic content. Punch a bunch, punch cups to win prizes. Final showcase, the last round for the winners featuring a spinning wheel with the highest number being the deciding factor. So this is where the spinning wheel comes back into play. And for physical items, you can use school supplies or digital imagery and have students determine the cost. Like, guess the price of this pencil box or pencil sharpener, or guess the price of, your Chromebook, that kind of stuff. Combining Price is Right in teaching. Math is the main focus, and figuring out the price of items, electronics, food, etc. to understand decimals, mental math, budgeting, and financial awareness. English practice, practicing phrases like how much does this item cost, estimation, it costs, and vocabulary identification is involved. Statistics and probability. The gaming style teaches students the concept of probability in a fun way and making math enjoyable and not tedious. And there's a few history and science features in this. Guess how old a historical artifact is, or the cost to build something. And the review session, assimilating questions into the price format for all subject reviews. And for the setup and resources, online resources, create a Price is Right aesthetic by setting up a PowerPoint/Google Slides with the templates, and get a spinning wheel, whiteboards, and physical items for visual aids. And so that's everything you need to know about gaming style teaching. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, any ebook website like Kobo, Everand. So those of you, who want to be teachers, or if you're already teachers, this is definitely something that can help you out. Structured like an instruction book. And so you read from the back right here. Teaching has evolved in the past century, and one thing that has equally evolved is gaming. Two things that are seen as opposites by many, but are actually very compatible. Gaming style teaching is a new way to go, and this book is here to explain why. And it will break down everything that you need to know here. Make school, make teaching, fun. And, in a way, it can probably help, kids actually act better if you, make it something, worth looking forward to each day. Because, I learned from the Magic School Bus with Miss Frizzle how she made, science and everything fun. So, you just take a page out of that playbook and go for it. So yeah, everyone, Cal Covey Smith, author, Hemming style teaching, it's a new way to go, and I'll catch you guys next time.